D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can read the articles and find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read it for yourself, or you can just listen to me where I'm going to break it all down for you, and we'll just move on from there. I also want to just say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, all right, you guys, so it looks like The Office is getting a spin-off show. Now, this is going to be on Peacock. And I think that when it comes to this show, I think it's very interesting what they're going to do here. So we're going to pull up this article, and this is from Variety. In fact, I think all my stories are from Variety this week. But this comes from Variety, and basically what's going on is it's going to be on Peacock. And instead of following the old crew from Dunder Mifflin, which was like what did they make, like paper products or boxes or something like that? I can't really understand. I can't really remember it too much, but it was like a mockumentary of Dunder Mifflin's, if I could say it correctly. So basically, they are going to be doing it in the same mockumentary style that they did from the old show. But instead of doing a company like Dunder Mifflin, they are going to do a newspaper that is going out of business. And they're going to be, following those people in the same style where they have the interviews and stuff like that. Now, they have cast 2 people so far in the leads, and that is Donald Gleason and Sabrina Impactor. I don't know how to say her name, but you know what I'm talking about if you know who I'm talking about. So they've cast these 2 people so far. Now, the thing about it is neither one of these 2 people are American. Now, do I think this is okay? Yes, because Donald Gleason's, is that how you say his name? Donald Gleason? I don't know. Anyways. So Bo, I think that Donald Gleason does a really good job of an American accent. So I think that he'll do a pretty good job with the American accent. I don't know this other woman. I don't know her and her acting ability. So we'll see how it turns out. Not judging her for that. I'm just saying I don't remember seeing her in anything, and I don't remember any of that kind of thing. But we'll see how that turns out. Now, they're going to be following this newspaper that's going out of business. And do I think this is a good idea? Maybe. I don't know, because I want to be honest with you, and I'm going to piss off some of you. I do not like The Office. Now, granted, I've only seen the first season because I have a twin brother, and he loves this show. He tells me how it's so funny. I remember the first time he's like, have you seen The Office? And I was like, no. And he's like, you need to watch it. It's so funny. It's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. So I borrowed his first season. I watched it, and I did not like it, you guys. I did not like the first season at all. Like, I was like, this is not funny. I was like, who thought this was funny? This isn't funny. And he was all like, well, the first season is the worst. And I was like, well, I'm not watching anymore after this because I don't like it. I was like, if this is, and he keeps trying to get to watch the rest of it. I know you're going to be pissed off because you're all like, well, you haven't seen the whole thing, so how do you know? I just know that if you don't get me in the first season, I'm not watching the rest of your show. That's how it is. I don't have time now these days to go back and watch shows that I didn't like. So that's just the end of it. I'm not going to watch the rest of it. I have seen clips, hardcore parkour, stuff like that, which is fine, but I'm just not interested. Now, I think it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here, and I wonder if the writing is going to be different also. Because I think that when it comes to, we get diversity, which I'm not opposed to diversity, but the problem that the thing that I'm worried about with these shows like this is that they're going to focus on the message, and the message will be, hey, Whitey, you suck, and it's going to be all like, wait, what? And everything. Like, is Donald Gleason going to be the butt of every joke because he's a white dude? And I just, that's the part of this that really worries me. Is that a show that people love, a spinoff of that show, it will just turn into just, let's shit on white people some more. And I don't like that when they do that. And I don't like it when they push an agenda, which seems to be, I mean, I don't know. Some people are kind of trying to turn, the wheel around, but I don't know if they're going to do that or whatnot, but we'll see how that turns out. And I probably won't be watching this show just because I'm not interested in The Office. I'm not interested in a spinoff, but we'll see how it all turns out. And, and good for everybody involved. Make that money, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not interested in it. But yeah. All right. So that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week. All right, you guys. So it looks like they're making a Blade Runner sequel series. So this is going to be a TV show. And it's going to star Michelle Yeoh. Now, I want to say before I get started on talking about this, and let me pull up this article. So there's Michelle Yeoh. This comes from Variety, the article that I read and everything. And I just want to say real quick, I love Michelle Yeoh. Oh, I forgot to mention it's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, and I have Amazon Prime. But I just want to say real quick, I do not like Blade Runner. And I know some of you are freaking out on me, but I just do not like it. I didn't like the first movie. Now, granted, the first movie I have only watched one version of it. And I don't remember what version of it was, but I just know that there's like controversy of was Harrison Ford a robot or not? And I'm all like, at this point in my life, I don't care. I don't care if he was a robot. I just know that I didn't like it. And I get friends all the time trying to get me to rewatch it, but I just don't care. Now, Blade Runner 2024? I did not like, or 2049. I did not like that movie. I thought it sucked. I didn't like it. Not interested. I don't want any part of it. Okay? The only part about this project that I absolutely love is Michelle Yeoh. I love Michelle Yeoh. I've loved her since I was young. I can't remember. I remember I was in high school, and I can't remember what movie it was. But, I mean, she was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but that wasn't the first movie that I saw her in. But I've loved her ever since then. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I loved her in that too. But she is just great. I love Michelle Yeoh. She's so hot too. I don't care what you say, but she's hot. And I think she's a fantastic actress. But the problem is Michelle Yeoh does not put butts in the seats. And which is a shame because I'm like, as soon as somebody mentions that Michelle Yeoh is in their project, I hop over to it because I'm like, Daddy wants to see it. But the thing is, a lot of the stuff that she picks, I end up not liking. Like, for instance, Star Trek Discovery, she was in that. And she's going to be in, there's like a movie coming out for that. And I'm going to watch that and I'll review it. But I didn't like it. I didn't like Star Trek Discovery. And then, for instance, they have a picture in this one of her in Everywhere All at Once. Now, I don't care what you say. I didn't like Everywhere All at Once. That movie was silly. I mean, you've got giant buttholes sucking in the whole universe, and you got dick fingers in there. And I didn't like that movie. I didn't like it at all. Like, when it got to, what was it, the 40-minute marker? You know, where she, like, dies and everything? I thought that was the end of the movie. And then I was like, oh shit, we have 40 minutes left of this shitty movie. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm like, I do not like this at all. And I don't care if Michelle Yeoh is in it. I am not having a good time at all. And the thing is, when you look at and granted, she did win the Oscar and everything. Or did that movie win the Oscar? And it doesn't matter. But I didn't like that movie, and Michelle Yeoh doesn't bring in the viewers. You know, her one show on Netflix, the Brothers Society or whatever it was called, that didn't bring in the viewers. Nobody watched that, which was a shame. It wasn't too bad. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing about Michelle Yeoh is maybe she just picks the wrong projects, and maybe she needs somebody to sit down and be like, hey, you know, maybe do something else. But we'll see how this turns out. I can't promise if I'm going to see it or not because, again, I watched both Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049, and I don't like either one of those. So I don't know if I'm interested in this at all. I mean, I can tell you right now I'm not interested, but I don't know if I'm going to watch it. But we'll see. Yeah, that's just like my whole take on that portion of the program. So I don't know, but I love Michelle Yeoh, and good for her for getting that money, girl. And I appreciate you. All right, you guys. So that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story this week, boom. All right, you guys. So this week, Warner Brothers announced that they are going to be doing another Lord of the Rings movie. Now, this also comes from Variety and everything. I'm in a Variety kind of mood. And so it's going to be called The Hunt for Gollum. And it's coming out in 2026. And Peter Jackson is involved. He is going to produce. But Andy Serkis is coming back to direct. Now, overall, what do I think about this? First thing is that when I first saw it, I was like, I've already seen this movie. It's a fan film on YouTube. And we're going to talk about that in just 1 second. Because I am pissed at Warner Brothers about this whole situation. So the first thing that I thought was, well, it's a fan film. And now I like the fan film. I'm not going to lie. The fan film is really good. It's on YouTube. I'll leave a link down below. But at the same time, I'm all like, listen, I loved Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was fantastic. But when it comes to and The Hobbit, I didn't like the Hobbit movies, and when it comes to this, so Peter Jackson being involved, listen, I want to just say Peter Jackson is 3 for 3. For this for me, like 100% of the 100% of the first 3 is perfection. It's just so good. The Lord of the Rings movies are just so good, and then 100% those Hobbit movies are just pure dog shit. They're fucking dog shit, yo. So I'm concerned that this will tip the scales in the wrong direction, personally, because I don't trust Warner Brothers to not make a dog shit 4th movie. But we'll see how that turns out. Now, Andy Serkis, as far as him being a director, I have nothing against Andy Serkis, but I don't think he's the greatest director. Is he a bad director? I mean, no, he's not like terrible or whatever, but he's not that great, And I'm just like not really like, I'm not too thrilled with all of this coming around. And so that leads me to the fact that this is a fan film already. And like I said before, the fan film is not bad. I actually enjoy it. So earlier this week, after this was announced, the fan film was copyrighted by Warner Brothers and taken down. And I was really upset about that. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So then it was put back up, and this was after like a bunch of people complained on Twitter and everything. And like this one right here, it says, happy to report that the film is back, seems to be, and all claims released. And if we look at this tweet right here, it says Warner Brothers has lifted the copyright strike from the Hunt for Gollum fan film, which they claim was done in error.
Yeah, right.
And I just want to say, bullshit. I can't believe that you guys would copyright strike a fan film after it's been on the internet for years. This fan film has been there. The podcast, there's a podcast. It's got Nicole Byer, and I can't remember the redhead's name on that. It doesn't matter. That ugly bitch. It's called something like The First Time Watching It or whatnot, where they watch movie series that they've never seen before. And they did the Lord of the Rings series. And this is one of them that they reviewed. And they both said they liked it, if I remember correctly. And I like it also. But I'm really annoyed that Warner Brothers would even dare to just copyright claim it after it's been out there for years. It's been out there for so long. And I just go, get over yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as this movie goes, am I going to see it? Of course I'm going to fucking see it. It's a Lord of the Rings movie. I hate Rings of Power, but I watched that dumb shit, and it's really dumb. I can't wait for season 2. It's going to be so good, guys. But we'll see how this turns out. I'm not like wishing for the best, but I'm hoping for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. You know what I'm saying? Because I just go, I've been let down too many times that I can't trust that Warner Brothers is going to do good on this. Although they had a really good year this year so far, and last year, I believe. So we'll see how this all turns out. And yeah. All right, you guys. Well, that's all I got for you this week. So tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about The Office getting a spin-off show and everything? And are you going to watch it? Does the concept sound great? Do you like the 2 people that are involved so far? Or is it just there's no way it can hold up like the original held up, and you're just like, I'm not going to go for this. But are you excited for it? Do you think they're going to have any cameos? I think that's one thing that they could have is some cameos from the original cast of Dunder Mifflin. But we'll see how that turns out. Again, I don't have anything against it. I'm just not going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then also, tell me, how do you guys feel about this Blade Runner series going to Amazon? You know, is this something that you're going to watch? And how do you feel about Michelle Yeoh being the lead in this show? You know, like I said before, I love Michelle Yeoh. I just don't think I'm going to watch this. Yeah, I'm not interested in Blade Runner and that whole universe, so I just don't care. But we'll see how it turns out, and we'll see if anybody's interested in this, you know, because I feel like not too many people were interested in that Blade Runner 2049 movie, and I don't think people are going to be interested in this. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, how do you guys feel about this movie, The Hunt for Gollum, that's being released by Warner Brothers? You know, do you think this is a good idea, a bad idea? I mean, this is just an IP that they're never going to let go, but we'll see how it turns out. I don't know. I mean, I have nothing, I'm going to watch it, you know, but at the same time, I'm a little skeptical, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, so tell me what you think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my weekend review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that geek what icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my weekend review.